In 1977, Dario Argento released what many consider to be his masterpiece, Suspiria, a film that is aggressively over the top, extremely colorful, and just a tad bit mean-spirited. Jesus Christ, Dario. Fuck. That's hardcore, man. What was I saying? Yeah, fuck it. Suspiria rocks. I'll be reviewing a lot of Argento movies on this channel, and it's not hard to understand why if this is your first taste of his work. Suspiria is more than just vivid colors. It's a feast of audio-visual eccentricities, absurd nightmare logic plotting, and, oh boy, lots of the red stuff. The film's story isn't too important. Susie Bannion, played by Jessica Harper, arrives in Friedberg, Germany to join a renowned dance academy. Things quickly get out of hand, though, as it becomes more and more apparent that this is not your average ballet school. Almost immediately, Susie becomes privy to strange rumors and an odd illness that has almost hypnotic control over her. Turns out this coven be full of witches, y'all! And, well, a lot of nonsensical horror ensues. Suspiria is, as previously noted, a masterpiece in every sense of the word. Argento made a lot of great films in his heyday, including The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Phenomena, Deep Red, and Tenebrae, among others. He also made Mother of Tears and Dracula 3D, but we're not going to talk about that. However you stack his work, though, Suspiria is the film that defined Argento's career, and for good reason. It's one of the most unique films ever made, and is, of course, highly recommended. But you already knew that, didn't you? Now, what you're looking for is them sweet, sweet Blu-ray deets. Well, let's get into those. Right here.
Susie, do you know anything about witches?
As you can see here, it's a lovely case. The artwork is delightful. I don't actually know who the artist is, but that's okay. You have the internet. If you open it up, you have 2 discs as well as a Synapse Films catalog. Thanks. And so you have one for special features, one for feature film, and if you take out this sucker, you have not only this beautiful art, but also the much more famous original cover art. So that is pretty dope AF packaging, as the kids say. Yeah. Yeah, keep the catalog. Synapse Films has fully restored Suspiria with a 4K scan of the original uncut 35mm negative, delivering one of the best transfers I've ever seen. And yes, I realize that I said that about The Changeling in the last episode, but you know what? It's 2018, I'm a horror nerd, I'm spoiled, okay? Okay. Synapse has delivered one hell of an overall package to back up this Herculean effort. As you can see here, previous releases tinted toward a green tint and less vibrant colors, but Synapse has delivered what I would call perfect color correction and an increase in saturation that never feels like too much. It's a glorious transfer, and as such, there's not much to talk about. One perfect shot could fill a whole year's worth of tweets with just stills from this amazing film. This release also retains Suspiria's original 4.0 English surround soundtrack, and man, if you haven't heard a woman's exposed heart being brutally stabbed while Italian rock sensation Goblin plays in the background in its original 4.0 English surround soundtrack, well, you're just not living right. Moving on to the extras, we've got a lot of them. First up, we have 2 commentaries, not surprisingly all from scholars since these commentaries tend to be in English. It's a little disappointing that we don't get one from, say, Jessica Harper, but that's easy to forgive once you listen to the tracks themselves. One is a solo commentary from Argento scholar Troy Howarth, whom you may know as the writer of So Deadly, So Perverse, 50 Years of Italian Giallo Films. And the other is with fellow Argento scholar Derek Botello, author of Argento Syndrome, and film scholar David Del Valle. Both commentaries are chock full of information you may or may not have been aware of, and are just generally fun to listen to. Our list of featurettes starts off strong with Aside from the Depths, 40 Years of Suspiria, a talking head piece featuring Rob Galuzzo and Rebecca McKendry, who some of you might know as host of the Shockwaves podcast, and the latter of whom is a strong horror director in her own right. Fresh from his commentary track, Derek Patello gives us a lot of information here in a very raspy voice that I could personally listen to all day.
It was a huge phenomenon.
It's a very solid featurette, and it's really, the only flaw that I can think of is that it doesn't run a full 30 minutes. Next up is Do You Know Anything About Witches?, a video essay on the film by Scottish writer Michael McKinsey, which gives us a more focused and academic look at Suspiria. Again, this could have been better. It caps out at just 30 minutes, but it's an enjoyable and highly rewatchable featurette. In Susie in Nazi Germany, we get German film professor Marcus Stieglager going over Suspiria's many German filming locations over the course of a tightly packed 8-minute featurette, in which we see several locations as they appear in the modern day. Finally, we have Olga's Story, a 17-minute interview with actress Barbara Magnolfi. We learn about being an actress in Italy at the time, how she approached her character, the casting process, and a whole bunch more than you'd expect. Considering Olga is a secondary character in the film, this is a surprisingly comprehensive interview. We also get various TV and radio spots, and alternate opening credits from the US release. On the main disc, there's an additional Italian track, which normally I'd be like, whatever, ho-hum, but in this particular instance, we also have subtitles for either the English track or the Italian track. I'm not sure if there's a difference between the two or if there's anything significant that could be taken out of one over the other, but it's an interesting thing. I'll definitely check that out. It's a fun prospect. Unfortunately, we don't get anything from Argento or Jessica Harper, which is a little lame, but with extras like these, it's hard to complain. Beyond all that, we still get an amazing transfer that is well worth every penny. If you haven't already, go buy this sucker. It's available on Diabolic DVD. It's also on Synapse Films' website, although with the current price, I would probably just go to Diabolic straight away. Yeesh. Yeesh. And that's it. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and a comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see me cover, or if you have any notes on my style. I know that my voice is highly annoying when I do this specific thing. Yeah, smash that subscribe button. And yeah. Follow me on the Twitters at Michael Keane, where I talk about horror and movies. And horror movies. I still don't have a good outro yet, so I'm just gonna slink away.
Get out of here! Good riddance!